What up, everybody? Revell has released to us, the general model buying public, their catalog of what they're hoping to be able to put out this year. So, let's take a quick look at that and give you my best guesses about what I think we're going to be seeing. Alright, so today we're going to take a look at the newly released catalog from Revell for 2025 releases. So this is the stuff that they've advertised that they are going to try to release this year. And we're going to start off in numerical order by catalog number. And so that's going to start with the stuff that's going to be intended for the European market. It's probably still going to be available in North America, but it might command a bit of a price premium, as they tend to do. So first off, we have the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR 70th anniversary Uhlenhaut Coupe. This is expected to come out. It's listed as a skill level 4, but it's also only going to be as a gift set. So this is going to come with your glue and paint and some brushes and that kind of a stuff. This is a tool that Revell came out with on their own from 1992. It shares the same basic platform as also the Mercedes 300 SLR 722, the Roadster version. So this has been reissued a few times throughout the years, badged as Revell, Monogram, and also a couple of Fujimi releases. Next up, we have another gift set. This is the Porsche 911 Turbo 50th anniversary. Now, this is the old Monogram kit that was originally issued in 1976. It's seen a few different reissues over the years as a race car, a rally car, and it also shares the same basic tooling platform as the slant nose convertible kit. So the slant nose is actually the one that we've seen most recently. The coupe hasn't been out in a little while, so this will be a fun one to pick up. And also we have, this is the Bugatti EB110. So this one's also going to be coming out as a gift set. And this is a new tool from Revell from 1992. It hasn't been reissued as much as the others that we've seen so far. It's been reboxed as a monogram, as a Hasegawa and monogram joint release, and a Revell and Estrella release. Now we have the Schlingmann LF20/16. This is the Mercedes Atego fire truck that Revell tooled up on their own in 2007. So originally it was the 20/16, and then there was also another version that is the 16/25. And I think it's pretty much a difference between what the fire equipment is that comes with it. The same basic chassis and cab is the same for all of these. First new tool that they're going to be coming out with is the long-awaited Lamborghini Revuelto. I mentioned this in my recap video for 2024, but now we have a little bit more firm standing on when it's going to be coming. So it looks like this is going to be available in October of 2025. And they, in addition with releasing the catalog, they also did a video presentation of the catalog, and they shared some images of the pretty much what this would be the assembled model. So this is the CAD data that they're going off of. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty neat little kit. Now, this one here is another new tool, but they're being a little bit mysterious about it, I guess you could say. So this ties in with the Stranger Things licensing, but they have only announced that it's coming. It's a new tool, um, but because it is based on a car that is in the last season of Stranger Things that hasn't even been released yet, they can't say what it is because I'm thinking that it's probably a plot point of the show. I haven't personally watched Stranger Things, but I get the impression that that's what this means. So it's going to be shown in connection with the main characters and is used many times in the first 6 episodes of the season. So this is a completely new tool, but there is no engine, so it's going to be a curbside kit. The wheels can be rotated. The wording suggests that the wheels can, spin, but not that they're posable. Maybe? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Next up is the BMW M3 E30. So this is actually originally a Fujimi tool from 1984. Fujimi has reissued this many, many times over the intervening 40 years, but there have also been a number of Revell boxed reissues of the same basic kit. So they did an Alpina version and I forget what company that is, the 3/1, but there was also the car and driver co-branding that Revell did. I got a video on that as well. And for this catalog shoot, they have taken the box art directly from the most recent Fujimi release, so that's kind of interesting. You can go check out ScaleMates to see all the different versions that Fujimi has done because there are a whack of them. Another new tool for the McLaren 750S. This one, they didn't show much more other than some renderings. This is expected in November of this year. So we don't know a whole lot about it other than it's 24th scale and it's going to be around 100 parts. Also coming back this year is the BMW Isetta 250. This is the 70th anniversary exclusive edition, 1/16th scale, and this was a new tool from 2016. And now we have the 1966 Shelby GT350R Sterling Moss Edition. This is the well used monogram 65 Mustang kit that's been around since 1985. The initial release was as a Shelby GT350, and then it was subsequently released as a regular Mustang 2+2, also a Shelby GT350H, and later on it was also upgraded with some new parts to make the R version. So this has also been reissued many, many, many times in the intervening years. So you can go check out ScaleMates if you really want to know a little bit more detail than the scope of this video at the moment. Next up, we have 32nd scale Mercedes-Benz SSKL. Now, this is a supposedly famous race car. I will confess that I don't know much about it. But this was originally a Matchbox tool in 1978. Now, if you remember back to my video on the history of Revell, you will know that the Matchbox tooling, all the kits that Matchbox tooled up on their own, eventually got purchased by Revell, and so they reissued things under the Matchbox brand for a number of years, and now they've started to do things under their own branding. So this has been reissued a couple of times, and now it's going to be coming out again. Another 32nd scale race car is the Porsche 917/10. This one has been done a few times. Originally Matchbox branding in 1974. Then there was another Matchbox branding and also an AMT branding. So this is one of the few instances where you're going to have a kit that has been both Revell and AMT in its lifespan. Another one is the Surtees TS16/03, another 32nd scale race car, originally from Matchbox. 1974. It's been reissued a couple of times since then with an AMT boxing and also regular Matchbox. The next in the Tour Truck series is going to be coming out as well, this time for the 50th anniversary of Iron Maiden. So this is a 32nd scale Kenworth T600A and drive-in trailer. The Kenworth truck is a tool from 1987 that Monogram did, and then the trailer itself is from 1980, so it's a 40-foot drive-in. And like I said, this is the next in the Tour Truck series. They've also done AC/DC, Kiss, and Motorhead, so this is the latest in that set. And another race car, we got the funny Tyrrell P34-2 six-wheeler, another Monogram tool from 1979. This one has only been reissued twice since then. For the 75th anniversary of the Volkswagen T1, we have the panel van. This is a 16th scale kit that Revell tooled up originally in 2015. Just like with the 25th scale and 24th scale vans, so the T1 and T2, they are pretty much doing all of the versions of it. So it started out as a Samba bus, and then there was the panel van. And they also did this Technic release that has lights and sounds, which is kind of neat. Another new tool. This one came completely out of left field. I don't know of anyone else that was expecting to see this, but they are tooling up a modern Mustang, 2024 Ford Mustang GT. This is part of the Click System line, which I know some people have been a little bit apprehensive about this, but I personally wouldn't be too concerned. I mean, the Click System brought us such things as the Transporter T2 and all of the European farm tractors that they've been coming out. And they've been pretty good detail, and I've been pleased with them myself. We don't know a whole lot about it. They didn't have any CAD drawings in the presentation, but this kit is also expected in November. It's going to be about 60 parts, so chances are it's going to be curbside. I don't think there would be an engine in this. Maybe we're going to have better detailed headlights and maybe even door mirrors, which is something we didn't have with the other Mustangs that Revell has done. And the Big Daddy Fendt 728 Vario tractor. This is also going to be the Click System. This one is expected in September, and here's some of the CAD drawings that they shared with us so far. And I mean, this one here is going to have an opening hood and some sort of engine detail, so don't discount the Click System out of hand. I don't think, anyway. So for the USA market kits that Revell is going to be releasing this year, they didn't give us a whole lot to go by, pretty much just a catalog number and a brief description. So the first one to come up is the Jeep J10, which is something that we don't see very often. So this was a new tool from 1981. It's been reissued a few times since then, most recently as the Ice Patrol with the snowmobile. So given that this says that it's the J10 pickup with camper, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a reissue of the Jeep Honcho Dude that you can see there that has the camper shell and a couple of extra bits. And now we have the 68 Corvette L88 Roadster. This kit is probably well known if you're into Corvettes. Originally tooled in 1988, it's been reissued a few times since then with some slight box variations that Revell and Monogram has done in the past. Now, this next one is a little bit interesting. They seem to have done a bit of a typo in the catalog that they have released. So, although this also says that it's a 68 Corvette Roadster, if you look at the catalog number and that it says that it's 24th scale, uh, it doesn't match. And then if you go and do a little bit more digging, which I have done, I checked some other references to the catalog and releases, and this number actually matches up with the 85 Pontiac Fiero that they have previously announced. So this is a new tool from 1984, and it was also reissued again in 2004. So here in 2025, it seems to be, right around the right time, 20 years or so. So this is going to be a neat little one to see back in the mix. And then we have the 64 Pontiac GTO. This is a fairly familiar kit, new tool in 1985. It's been reissued a few times since then. Now this one here, I will add the caveat that please don't take my descriptions in this video as fact. That's actually going to be coming out. This is pretty much my best guess based on what I've been able to gather and my knowledge of the kits that Revell has in their inventory at this point. But supposedly we have coming an 85 GMC Jimmy High Roller. To date, Revell doesn't have an 85 GMC in their mix. The High Roller name you may remember from some kits that Monogram did a number of years ago. So they added lifted suspension and bigger wheels to such kits as the Ford F-150, Dodge Ram Charger, Ford Bronco, GMC K10, and then also a Camaro and a Chevelle, which is a little weird. So my best guess for this one here is that this is actually the next version of the new tool Blazer kit. So there's going to be the Stranger Things version of the Blazer. And the way that Revell designs their kits now, there's other versions that are baked in when they cut the tooling. So I would posit that this is going to be the next version. So we're going to have the GMC parts and a lifted suspension and bigger wheels. So until we have more information with some renderings of box art or sprue shots of the kit, this is my best guess. Also coming is a 78 Chevy 4x4 pickup with go-kart. So this is a 25th scale kit of a 78 Chevy 4x4. Now, when I see when in association with Revell, 78 Chevy 4x4 pickup, 25th scale, I think of this snap kit. This was done as a Blazer, and this pickup version, which is pretty much the Blazer with a pickup bed stuck in it. The tailgate doesn't open, and the bed is pretty small because it's, Blazer sized. And that go-kart won't fit in it, so I would expect this to also come with a trailer. The go-kart itself is a Virage go-kart. The only other time that I know of that it's been released, is with a Toyota pickup in the Malibu Grand Prix set. So this is my best guess about what we're going to see for this one. On the topic of baked into the tooling, 73 Ford Mustang. So this is we've already known that this has been coming. We just didn't know when we were going to see it. So this is the next version of the 71 Mustang toolings. We had the Boss 351 and the Mach 1, and now we're going to have the 73. So back before the 71s were released, we had test shots of a bunch of different configurations, and among them were these ones here with a flat hood and the different 73 front end and bumpers. And now we have an 87 Monte Carlo SS in 24th scale. In talking with the Revell and Monogram world, the 86 Monte Carlo is the regular SS Monte Carlo. The 87 is the Aeroback. So this one hasn't been around in quite some time. And personally, I'd be looking forward to getting one of these. And now finally, we have the 71 Plymouth Satellite GTX Street Machine. The typo here is Revell's own from their catalog. We know what this kit is. This is the 71 Satellite / GTX. Originally from 1984. It's been reissued a few times as the GTX, and then most recently with the Fast and Furious branding as Dom's 71 Plymouth. So I anticipate that this is probably just going to be a straight reissue of the Fast and Furious kit, but without the licensing, of course. So that's a brief snapshot of what we can expect from Revell in 2025. Thanks for stopping in. You can do all the things, please. Do the likes and the comments and the sharing and subscribing, and it's greatly appreciated. And hopefully you'll come around for the next one. Thanks, and see you next time.